Hello Pisces, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you joining me. We are going to dive right into your reading. I do like to begin my readings by thanking those of you who regularly watch my videos, who like, share, subscribe, comment. I really do appreciate your feedback on the channel and all the help that you bring and support that you bring to the channel. Thank you so much. To those of you who are new to the channel today, I welcome you. I hope you find a message that resonates. If you do, please hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you. All right, guys, we're going to dive right in. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. For Pisces, please Spirit. For Pisces, please Spirit. What can you tell us for Pisces? Oh, somebody is about to reveal something. Oh, somebody is about to reveal something. So someone may not be letting you know how they feel, or this is, golly nuts. This is like, if someone's playing it very close to the chest, they're not an open book right now. This is only temporary. This person is going to reveal something. They are going to express themselves. With his childhood memories, I don't know, there could be, some kind of wounding from childhood, or, what's getting me here is there's just this one bear on this card, and it feels like, oh my goodness. Sorry, you guys. I had to sneeze. It seems like there's this energy of either loneliness or feeling like other people don't understand, or feeling like, you're just... It could even be like an energy of bullying. There's something, it feels like lonely or isolated. And that may be why it's harder for this person to be able to express themselves. It's like something may have, something may be lingering. I don't feel like it's some giant unhealed wound that's going to sabotage the relationship or anything. I just feel that this person is sensitive. When we talk about teddy bears, they're, sweethearts. They're sensitive and ooey and gooey in the middle, and it feels like, I just keep getting like not being able to express this, or not having an outlet to express this. So sort of, it could be just learning to kind of cover it up, or learning to not show it, or learning to be sort of close to the vest, or a closed book. So it's like harder for this person. They're able to do it, but they haven't maybe done it for a long time. They haven't reached this deep inside themselves in a long time. All right, let's dive deeper. Yeah. Look at that. See, I'm telling you, there's something. This person might have been alone a lot, or they might have felt a little bit like, just like people didn't really understand them, or like there wasn't really a safe place for them to really express their emotions. I just keep getting that. So this person, okay, what I feel this projecting energy is like, when someone is trying to kind of gauge how you feel about something without really just like directly, it's like putting it out there, but not like asking directly or having a direct conversation. Or it may be like, if there's a friend that they have that's sort of going to like for example, if this person is wanting to like ask you to be their official partner, right? They may be like, oh yeah, my buddy Dave over here, he's getting ready to ask his girlfriend, or ask Angela, I don't know, I'll just say that. to be his girlfriend, and like, you know, he's kind of freaked out, whatever, and like, oh yeah, what do you think about, you know, labels? What do you think about, you know what I mean? Like, it's like talking around it, or it's like, see how this is like, I'm putting this light out there to like, that's all unknown. It's all darkness, right? But I'm putting this light out here to sort of get some kind of feel, or some kind of understanding of what might actually be there. And the reason is because of this energy here, whatever it is. It's like, I don't feel like there's like intense fear, like I said, like self-sabotaging fear, but I feel like it's natural, normal human fear. But I also feel like this person at some point learned to protect this teddy bear aspect of themselves. And so for them to really drop their guard, it's like, it's not something that they can't do. It's just something that is really difficult. It is definitely a test. I feel like this person is spending some time looking back on some kind of past mistake. It could be in this connection, like they may have made a mistake in the past with you, but this could also be just mistakes that they have made in general in relationships. I do think that they see you as possibly someone who is independent, or someone who is a bit more of a free spirit. So they're sort of, you know, they're cautious. They're taking that into consideration when they're saying, hey, give up your independence. You know what I'm saying? Like, it, you know, there are some people who just give off the vibe of like, no, I'd really like to be in a relationship. I don't know why warm chocolate chip cookies just came into my head. I have no idea why. But like, you know, it's like this energy of like, no, I like to be a part of a couple, or I like to be a part of a group, or I don't really do things by myself, or whatever. They're not seeing that here, and they're respectful of it. They're understanding it, and that is something they're taking into consideration when they're trying to figure out how you feel about relationships in general. You know, this is a very steamy relationship with a lot of chemistry. Do you see how this is behind some kind of glass, or like whatever? It feels like it may be something that is behind closed doors. There may be some kind of physical relationship, but it's not something that is publicized. You have this test here. It may be that you work together, or it may be that you're typically in an environment where this kind of behavior would be inappropriate. I don't know. There's something here though. These two cards feel very connected for me, where it, you know, and this can also be like where somebody may have typically gotten in pretty physical connections pretty quickly, and they may be trying to do something different here. They may, and so they may even seem like they're disinterested at times, or they may seem really removed or distant from the connection at times, or like they're not even paying attention, or like they're saying, I don't have time for this, I have to focus on this. I actually think it's a way of this person trying to you know, develop a relationship that is more than physical. You know, it feels like someone has learned some lessons in the past about, you know, mistakes they've made. With this swan here, this person is a soulmate, you know, spiritual longevity kind of relationship person at the heart of the matter. They may have been covering it up. They may have had behavior that was different than that. They may have even been a player. But at the heart of the thing, none of those things satisfied them or really brought them a tremendous sense of fulfillment or pleasure, because that's not really who they are. That's not really what they're looking for. And so, you know, I think this person may be trying to do things a little bit differently, or they're just recognizing that you're different from the people that they have normally gotten with. And so they're trying to be respectful of that, honor that, and kind of be, you know, mindfully aware of that as they're choosing how they're going to navigate this space. All right, so let's dive deeper. This is someone who's cautious. They don't want to mess things up. I think you're touching that inner teddy bear here, Pisces. I think you're putting them back in touch with a piece of themselves that they just haven't been in touch with in a long time, and I feel like they don't want to lose it. That's you know, I just get this, like, I don't want to mess it up, like, I have a hard time trusting anyone. I'm doing just fine on my own. Yes, see, there's an independent energy in their energy as well. I'm distracted right now. That can be this. I feel like it's more of an intentional distraction than a like legitimate distraction. You have moving on. I feel we both need to go our separate ways for a while, and then don't give up on me yet. I'm scared to lose you. This can be someone that's coming back around from your past. You know, keep in mind that these are general readings and that all you take is what resonates, okay? You don't take the things that don't resonate. Doesn't mean every single one of these messages has to apply to you or this message isn't for you. That's not it at all. You got to listen to your intuition and know what's meant for you and what isn't meant for you. You know what I mean? You got to be an active participant. You're not just like a passive viewer, and I'm going to take those messages and I'm going to say they definitely fit me. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta choose. You gotta navigate the space. You have time. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? And I feel like I can't get through to you. Please let me in. This person is trying to get any indicating factor about how you're going to respond, how you feel, what you're thinking, but it's like I feel they're not revealing their feelings, so you're not revealing your feelings, and you may sense or know or see that this person is sort of trying to figure out the unknown, but I think you're holding a standard or you're holding a boundary here. It's like you're very focused on what you want, and you know what you want, and you maybe have met people halfway in the past or been like, oh, I can see that this is hard for you. Here, let me just tell you, this is how I feel. And it's not worked out for you. So I feel like you're trying to be patient. You're trying to stay focused. You're pretty determined. And you're staying in this very independent energy to kind of try to make this person meet you halfway. You want this relationship to reach its full potential, and you're aware that the only way it can do that is if it maintains a sense of balance. And that means that you don't overgive and you don't make things easy for people. All right, so let's see. Let's dive into the tarot and see what we get here, Pisces. Spirit, what do you have for my Pisces? For Pisces, please, Spirit, what do you have? Whoa. Wow, Ace of Cups. You guys just keep on getting the Ace of Cups. I'm just going to do it like this. Wow, holy moly. This is a lot of energy here coming out in the very beginning. See, you have this energy here. Yesterday even, I think it was yesterday, the Five of Coins and the Five of Cups also came out. It might have been two other fives, I'm not sure. But there's an energy of it's like something that needs to... Well, I'm reading it two different ways, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. You have Temperance here as well, which keeps coming out for you too, which can just be indicative that we are in Sagittarius season. Some of you may be dealing with a Sagittarius, but this can also be this energy of trying to heal, that the coming together of this relationship, the way that it's happening. See, you have this Queen of Arrows, which is giving me this independent energy again. It's like, because you're insisting on it, you're maintaining your boundaries. You're trying to give this relationship the best chance for success. You're being patient. You know, Temperance is a card of patience, and you're almost forcing this balance to happen by not giving in where maybe in the past you would have given in. And what is happening is when one person holds the line and the other person has to come to the line, not only does it create the best, most balanced foundation for the connection, but what it does is it makes someone, the person that is really kind of fearful or is avoiding trying to come to the line, right? It makes them own up, man up, show up. It makes them do things that they didn't know they could do. And that is how you get people to fully buy into a relationship, because that's a huge investment. It requires an investment. Not everyone is going to do it, right? Some people are going to run at that. They're going to be like, oh, heck no. That is too much for me. That's too big a risk for me. I can't do it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of a risk that you run, but anything that's meant for you is not going to pass you by. This is like a situation where they may need to go back and heal and recollect themselves and come forward, right? But you're also, when you hold the line like that, you're forcing that person to go where they're uncomfortable. And you know what happens when they go where they're uncomfortable, or when they go through their fear? They freaking heal. They freaking grow and they freaking heal. And with the Five of Coins and the Five of Cups, you can see that, possibly in the past, other people haven't held them to this standard. Other people have, sort of accommodated them so that they didn't have to grow, they didn't have to heal. And nothing feels better than showing up. It doesn't feel better when you get someone to cross the line and do some of your work for you. That doesn't feel better. What feels better is when you successfully do something you've never done before. When you pass the limit of what you thought you were capable of. When something stretches you and you answer the call. That makes you feel better. That contributes to your healing. And what happens is this becomes then a healing connection. It becomes a connection where it is safe to be imperfect. It is safe to try. And it is a place where you'll be shown grace, but you won't be shown, somebody doing it for you. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be a supportive, soft place for you to rise up to be your best, but it's not going to kind of stunt your growth by doing it for you. And this is what you really want with the Ace of Wands. This is a new beginning. That is something that you do deeply desire. And when you do deeply desire something, you will stretch yourself for it. You will push yourself forward. You will say, okay, you know what? This is going to be hard. This is going to suck. This is going to be uncomfortable. And this may not go the way that I hope or the way that I planned, but it is in fact a risk that I've got to take because, because I want this so bad, because it's worth it, because the payoff will be as big as that risk or that fear or whatever, however, it is. So then you have this Eight of Cups, which is where, this is like that movement from where we're comfortable, the Eight of Cups is sort of comfortable. It's an energy of like, but look at all I've achieved. Look at what all I've accomplished. This is several cups. This is not anything to sneeze at. This is like, this is my comfort zone. This is where I've gotten. I'm not emotionally fulfilled or emotionally content with it, but like, look, isn't this an achievement in and of itself? Like, can't this be enough? Look how far I've come. And this is where we say, okay, you know what? It's not even enough for me anymore. Now I'm looking at I'm looking at the reason. That's how it's coming. I'm looking at the reason. I finally have a reason to want more. I finally have a reason to push myself harder and further. I finally have this divinely given opportunity at emotional fulfillment. This is the real deal. And I'm not going to miss it by avoiding kind of exerting myself beyond my comfort zone. So I'm leaving my comfort zone to move toward this opportunity, this divinely given opportunity in love, which the 8 plus the 1 makes the 9 of Cups, an emotional fulfillment, a wish fulfillment. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try to get that cup. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to leave this safe space and I'm going to push myself to move towards this. And when I do, guess what this Ace of Cups is? This is that center line. This is meeting you in the middle. This is the balance. This is the thing that you've been being patient for. Wow. Oh my. You know, it's going to test both of you. It's not just a test for one person. It isn't just, you know, the person that comes forward that is tested, right? It's not just the person that, okay, there was a card. Oh, here it is. It's not just the person who has to come to the halfway point that gets tested, right? It's also the person that's been abandoned, that has gone over the line repeatedly in the past and has given more than they even needed to and has found themselves left out in the cold, that is going to have to try to trust this person and their intentions, and that they really do want this, and that they're serious, and that they aren't going to get scared and run. It is also pushing this person to be able to receive this person coming to the line. A lot of times when we have a tendency to be an overgiver, it's because we're more comfortable in the giving role. And it can be really difficult to receive. So you have this Queen of Arrows, the Temperance, and the 5 of Coins being freaking clarified by the Empress. You know, ultimately, when we... Ultimately, God. I saw this video on YouTube, and it was this kid, and he was really trying to like go up this wall, a vertical wall, and he was going back and he was running up this wall. He was like 10. And the dad was standing there cheering him on every time, and every time he would get right to the top of the wall and just fall back down. And he was getting really frustrated. He was about to cry. His eyes were as big as quarters, and he goes to his dad, and his dad's like, hey, listen, you got this. You got this. You know, if you know, I can't remember what the dad said. That was like, it was cute. It was inspirational, and it was cute, and it was an appropriate thing for a dad to say to a 10-year-old, and probably extremely helpful life advice. And the kid looks at him, and he like, you know, wipes his tears off his face, and he like goes back, and he has this steely sense of determination, and he's like, I'm gonna give it one more try. And the dad's like, yeah, that's what I like to see. And the kid runs up the wall, and he makes it, and he has this insane, you can feel it in the video watching, and he's like, you know, he's just like, he has this amazing sense of accomplishment. And you know, there is no better feeling than that, right? And when somebody holds you to that, when somebody's not like, well, you know what, it's easy for me to get up the wall, so let me get up the wall, and I'll put my hand down, and you grab my hand, and I'll just pull you up the rest of the way. Does that feel as good as, you know, running up the wall and getting up it yourself? No way. No way. In fact, it sometimes feels terrible. You know, like, oh, you don't think I can do it, so you're gonna go kind of like help me cheat to get around it. And yet, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't feel good. And so when you're the person that instills the confidence in the person, when you're the person who provides the catalyst for them to make it happen for themselves, to take this risk, this running leap, and give it one more try, that person's always going to look at you special. That person is always going to look at you like you're the one. You're the one that made me, that kind of actually, honestly, gave me the opportunity to find out that I could do this, that I was capable of it. And this person, their energy is being clarified by this 10 of Pentacles. To me, this is them seeing abundance, growth, even that energy of a power couple, because it's like when somebody feels like they're at a deficit, and then when they're with someone else, they suddenly feel extremely capable, or they feel like they're capable of doing things they have never done before. There's this energy of, wow, I am actually better with this person than I could be by myself. And so with this 10 of Pentacles, it's like this person is seeing, they have this desire to continue to invest. They have this desire to continue to build. And they have this hope and optimism that, you know, it is going to matter. It is going to accumulate. It is going to be something of legacy proportion at some point. You know what I mean? Because my God, how could it not be when I've already in this very beginning stage done something I didn't know I could do, because Pisces held a boundary, held a standard, held the line for me. And you really are doing it for them as much as you're doing it for yourself. And if your issue is trusting somebody, you're going to trust them a hell of a lot more when they meet you at that line than you ever could when you had to cross the line for them. You know? All right. So anyway, we have the 8 of Cups clarified by the Page of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. I want this, and this is what is required of me. You know, that's what that says. You know, what is required of me is that I leave the safety and sanctity of my 8 of Cups comfort zone here, where I can say, wow, look at all I've accomplished. I've never really risked it for emotional contentment. Or, you know what I mean? I don't push myself past that to, oh, suddenly I have a reason to push myself past it. I want this. And what is required of me is this balance, is this equal give and take. Pisces isn't compromising. Pisces isn't over giving to the situation like so many people have done in the past. I have to actually show up. I have to put the work in. I have to balance these scales. You have the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Some of you are dealing with a fire sign, but this is also just an energy of like, I know what I want, and I'm going to take the action necessary to have it. Oh my gosh. I do not believe these cards. Holy macaroni. Wow. Oh, Pisces. Oh my God. This is like one of those greatest love stories ever told kind of moments. You have the Princess of Coins, right? And this is the energy of the Page of Coins. This is, I have learned my lesson. And, you know, what I always say, like, the Page of Coins is a spiritual lesson. It's representational of, you know, a lesson that you have learned that is very valuable, something that's going to serve you in the material world. It's a spiritual lesson that serves you in the material world. And it's something that, you know, it's the gift in the suffering a lot of times for me. And, you know, this is kind of like, it is not always easy to stand by the hard lessons that we've learned. How many times we've overgiven and we've found that we've overinvested in a situation and someone else is not invested at all. And it's that harsh, awful wake-up call that like they can walk away from it so easily while we're sitting here stuck for a year. You know what I mean? Just wishing and wanting and wondering and processing and working through and you know, all the rest. But with this Princess of Coins card, it is like saying, you know what, I have learned my lesson. And it is kind of maybe sometimes a lonely place. Like I would like to be in a partnership, but you know, I have this, I learned this, I know this for sure. And so I am holding my boundary and I'm trusting. There is a feeling that I get from this card, just from the energy of this woman, is that I have no expectation. I know that everything in life, you know, it's going to work out or it's going to be a lesson that I hold on to. And I feel like she's really she's very skeptical, it feels like, or very much like, you know, there's a part of me that really hopes, but I'm like also afraid. So I'm just kind of, I'm no expectations. I'm focused on the lesson I learned. I'm focused on holding the line. And I'm just hoping beyond hope that this person is actually going to show up this time, that this is going to be the one. You have the Prince of Coins, the King of Wands, and the Nine of freaking Cups. After we had the Eight of Cups here, here we go. This stretch this person, the holding the line, stretch this person to come meet you halfway. And the sense of accomplishment, the sense of joy, the sense of happiness, the sense of wish fulfillment, the sense of holy crap, I just did that. You know, I really wanted this and I went after it. It may be slowly, it may be with very intentional steps, it may be a lot of fishing, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what are you going to say if I put this out there, and no budging, you know, but like, wow, what it called me to do, what I discovered I was capable of on my own, and the feeling that has left me with, you know, the feeling of that achievement, of that accomplishment is, it's making this entire connection even sweeter. And then you have the Three of Cups with the Strength card, and this is the joyous celebration of coming together with a soulmate. You know, this is that it can be a reconciliation, but this is a very strong soul connection with the Strength card here, and it's like, you're the one that helped me tame that beast within myself. You're the one. I'm writing that down. That's going to be the title of this thing. Sorry, you guys. It's this feeling, you know, when someone does something like that for you, like even if you think back to like when you were a kid and you had a teacher at school who had like a really super high standard, maybe, you know, of just like, okay, you're going to do your homework every day, or you're going to do this, or you're going to do that. Or, you know, my expectation is that you, and it was like how many times you took your paper to them and they were like 6 out of 10, you know, like they gave you a bad grade or whatever. And they were like, I know you can do better. I know you can do better. And by the end of the year, you were getting 10 out of 10 on every paper, and you knew you could do better. In fact, you thought you were a below average student until you had that teacher. And then you discovered your potential, and you discovered that you were more than capable, that you were more than enough. You know, or it's like the coach, you know, you have, I remember my son played baseball, and he had this coach that never put him in the game, ever. And I would say to my son, are you done with baseball? I mean, he was only like 7 or 8. And I would say to him, are you done with baseball? Are you done with baseball? And he was like, nope, I'm just going to get better and better and better. And I'm going to be so good that they have to play me. And he did. I mean, he worked his rear end off, you know, and he did. He was the captain of his baseball team, and he got college offers. He didn't end up doing that, but he got the offers. So the thing is, you know, this is that, you know, dig deep kind of energy. And like, I, for one thing, you are the reason that I even wanted to dig deep in the first place. But because you didn't compromise, because you held this line, it caused me to be forced to either, you know, get there or lose you. And because of that, I tamed my fear. I tamed my, you know, this protective energy and this fear energy. It's pretty amazing. With the Princess of Arrows here, this can be like an aha moment or a breakthrough moment. And you see she's got this like red string of fate around her, you know, like this is someone who you have come into their life partially for this purpose, to serve this purpose of helping this person possibly to even awaken, but certainly to have this experience. Oh my God. Oh my Lord in heaven, it's Murgatroyd. Oh my God, these cards, you guys, I mean, you cannot make this up. Yeah, this person, oh, they were living, oh, you know, in the movie Steel Magnolias. This is one of my favorite lines of any movie ever, and I love that movie, and I love Shirley MacLaine, and I love that entire cast. Julia Roberts, Sally Field. Oh my God, Olympia Dukakis. That movie is so good. It's so sad that it's hard to watch, but like I might watch it again. Anyway, you know how you say, Julia Roberts, she has diabetes in the movie. I don't want to spoiler alert this, but I'm gonna spoiler alert it. Um, she has diabetes really bad in the movie, and she really wants to have a kid, and she's beautiful, and she's young, and she's gorgeous, and she marries this lawyer who just wants to love her and take care of her and give her this beautiful life, but she really wants to have a baby, and the doctors have told her, like, it is not a good idea to have a baby. Like, it will be too hard on your system, and it could kill you. But she says to her mom, I would rather have a lifetime. I would rather have, 30 seconds of something special than a lifetime full of nothing special. And of course, I just butchered that, but like, you know what I mean? She would rather have this moment of motherhood and that experience than, spend the rest of her life safe. And that is kind of like this. You have this star card energy with this Page of Pentacles. And this is an energy of someone who is healed and someone who can really hold this space of faith, of if it is meant to be, it will be, and that it has its best chance of reaching its full potential if I insist on maintaining balance, if I apply the lessons that I have learned in the past. This is my moment to shine. This is my moment to show the universe I have learned. I know what I'm doing, and I'm really listening to my intuition, and I believe that if something is meant for me, it's going to be mine. And I'm trusting you, and I'm trusting this moment in time, and yeah. And if it lets me down, I know that, you know what, I will heal. This person here has this Four of Cups. This is that lifetime of safety. This is that, nothing special. This is that boredom and discontent. And I was really apathetic until I met you. It's almost like, this person may have been kind of superficial, or they may have been, somebody who just scratched the surface in relationships. They didn't dive deep. They didn't, open up. They didn't push themselves to meet someone on a deeper emotional level. And therefore, they were never pushed to meet themselves on a deeper emotional level. That's why they were content in the Eight of Cups. And now this person is like they're recognizing their own experience as something kind of profound, like to go from the Four of Cups and a very apathetic energy through a transformation or through an experience that leads you to this huge sense of accomplishment and emotional fulfillment, just you with you, just based on what you were able to rise up and do for this. It's a huge transformation, right? And being able to say, I'm coming to this in the Nine of Cups is a very different than I'm coming to this in the Four of Cups. I really don't care what happens here. It's probably going to go down the same way everything else goes down, but it'll be fun for a minute. I'll probably end up disappointed, but you know what I'm saying? This is different. And then you have this energy of the freaking Strength card and the Three of Cups being clarified by the Strength card and the Nine of Cups. And this is just saying, and you have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, you guys. It's like saying, those things that are meant to be, and it's not even that the thing itself is meant to be. It's the timing of everything. It's the lessons that we've learned prior to showing up here. It's not even just the lessons that we've learned. It's the wounds we've endured. It's the suffering we've endured. It's everything. And we get here, and this is something that is so strong. This opportunity, this Ace of Wands, this thing that we want is calling us so heavily and so profoundly that you know, we are superhuman. Like, we are capable of doing things that we didn't know we were capable of doing. And through that experience, we are finding our own happiness, our own contentment. Me with me and you with you. And when you are there and I am there, then we are there together. And you know what that is called? That is called the 10 of Cups. That is called emotional fulfillment that is shared between two people. This is amazing energy. Wow. Whoa. Talk about transformation. You have the Death card and the Tower card here coming out. This 10 of Swords is telling me, Pisces, no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what, the worst is behind you. This is just an energy that is telling me that, like, that cycle is closing out. That cycle is done. The cycle of disappointment, the cycle of suffering, the cycle of, even, you know, to some extent, the 10 of Swords is caused by not trusting the universe. It's caused by letting our mind take control of us and letting our mind make us believe that we have to control everything in life in order to be happy. That is an exhaustive energy. It drains us. It is a very difficult cycle. It is a very difficult experience. And, you know, this is the end of that. And you see what is next to it? The High Priestess. This is where we are just trusting our intuition. We are listening to our higher and best self. We are navigating this space of this connection and the beginning of this connection, right? Because here's the ending, with our intuition. And when we do that, when that is our highest and best, right? And when we are in that energy, we create change all around us. It allows everything around us to change. It allows our experience to change. Our oh my God, you hear me stuttering? Lord, somebody's going to say something here and it's going to be real hard to get out. But it allows even how we are interpreting, what our perception is of the material world. It allows that to even change. Our own experience, not even just with this relationship, not even just in love, but it's like, it allows us to connect with the highest and best version of ourselves, and as within, so without. So then that's what we experience outside ourselves. And shit just starts working out. Excuse my language, but everything starts working out. There's a huge shift. And for this person, you know, your entrance into their life is the beginning of a massive, massive, massive transformation within this person, a death and a rebirth. It is the death of who they were before this and who they are capable of being after this. With the Tower here, this is telling me things are changing in a big, big way. They're changing for you personally, they're changing for this person personally, and they're changing for the both of you together in this connection, you know? And this isn't just like, oh, I'm experiencing something different than I was. This is like the whole world is different. You know what I'm saying? That it really is. It's goodbye disappointment, goodbye grief, goodbye difficulty. All of my belief system that those experiences were built upon has crumbled here through this. I hope that is whoa, 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 whoa. Man, yeah. Oh, wow. So Pisces, you have this Ten of Swords with the Knight of Swords. And, you know, I feel like this is someone rushing in to tell you some kind of truth. I think this is someone who is coming in to say, holy shit, you've rocked my world. You've really changed me. This is a different experience. I'm in a different place than I was when I met you. You're the one for me. I'm really seeing you as someone I can't live without. And this is something that is it's like this person, once they have this realization, once this transformation begins to take place within them, it is just like, I feel like, boom, they're coming forward. You know, with the High Priestess in the world, this is the end of the era of, I have to control everything. I have to understand everything as it's happening. I have to control it. I have to, you know, make moves to get certain reactions. I have to maybe even like somewhat manipulate a situation, or, you know, I have to say the right thing, or, you know, it's being in your head too much and allowing your head to control your experience too much. And it's welcoming in the era of really living through your intuition, a completely different experience. And it's also a very zoomed out perspective. Spirit is showing me, it's like, instead of like looking at every detail and feeling like every detail has to be analyzed and gone over and thought about and felt, this is like having this big bird's eye perspective where you're just kind of able to see how things are all actually really working out for you. With this person, you have the Four of Swords with this Death card, transformation. This is like way healing energy. And it feels like something that, you know, people around this person are probably seeing a transformation take place in this person. Like, they're seeing that this person is happier. They're seeing that this person is like maybe freer, or laughs a little bit more, or smiles a little bit more. Or, you know, it can even be like a return to a more childlike energy for this person. But that there is just definitely this energy of healing and vitality that is returning to this person, that just has been absent for a long time at the very least. And I think it depends on when you met the person, and I mean when like these people met the person and how well they know them. But yeah, you have the Tower and you have Judgment here on the bottom of your decks, right? And we just spoke about Judgment and how every limiting belief system that you have, everything that made you believe that you had to have the experiences, or like life had to be difficult or full of suffering or any of those things, they're all falling apart in favor of, you know, making space for a really radically new experience in life. And with Judgment, it's like, this is where we're rising above what was possible for us before, and our expectation of what is possible for us now is different. You know, it is different because we have released a lot of things that were holding us back. We have released a lot of faulty programming that made us believe certain things that really weren't true. Or might have been true because we believed them, but once we released them, we were free to experience something different. I think I'm going to leave it there, Pisces. I'm going to get you some message cards. But I think I'm going to leave it right there. All right. What a beautiful reading. What an amazing reading. I love readings like this. They just like sit with me for a long time. All right. If you are dealing with the water sign, you are my favorite work of art. Can you handle all my scars? I could listen to your voice for days on end. You are my rose. If you are dealing with the fire sign, you're not my usual type, but I like it a lot. I love your sense of humor. There's a strange and deep connection between us. I always hope to have you in my life. And I tried to stop these feelings, but now you are burning hotter and brighter than ever within me. If you are dealing with an earth sign, our love can power galaxies. I'm not ready for commitment with anyone. You're the only one who understands me at such a deep level. I want to dance across eternity with you. If you're dealing with an air sign, I didn't fall in love with you because I have always loved you and always will. Things aren't always as they seem. It's like we share the same mind and heart. You leave me breathless and without words. I saw myself in you the second I laid eyes on you, and I find you in music. All right, guys, this is, in fact, what I have for you today, and I really hope it helps. I hope it brought you some peace and clarity, and wow, thank you for going on this journey with me, and gosh, until next time, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye, guys.